Hi guys, welcome to the flight today, as we're down in Athens airport with Olympic Air flying the PMDG 737-700. I'm going to be doing a flight to Skiathos for the locator approach for runway 01. Got Olympic Airlines, so it should be a lovely flight today as we leave out early morning, leaving for a takeoff weight for around 58.1 tons, which we've got the aircraft's weights already set up. So we'll get inside the aircraft, start the aircraft ready to go, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So I'll see you when we get inside the cockpit. So here we are in the 737-700. Same procedure as the 800. We'll go overhead, get the battery on and guarded, standby power is guarded and ground power is on. Alarm the emergency exit lights, get the chimes on, fasten seatbelts which can go on and checked. Check the flap settings which are fine, nav 1 and 2 for the IRS. Check the flight recorder which is clear. Voice recorder can go on. Window heats, get them on 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pats can go to auto, isolation valves open, and we'll leave that there as set. So it's only going to be a low altitude today. I'm only going to go around for around 12,000 feet. Check on the charts to see everything as it comes in and make sure everything all lines up a way for us to go. So we go down into the FMC, get the panel lights for the FMC up, and we'll go and program the aircraft ready to come in. So on for the position, got Lima Golf Alpha Victor, go into the left GPS, punch that through, go on to our routing, Lima Golf Sierra Kilo for Skiathos, going to be departing out of 03 right, and we're going to be taking the SID of the Ropox 2 Tango. Okay, which is checked. From the Ropox 2 Tango, we're going to take the Bravo 1, which is going to take us to Sigfo. Then from Sigfo, we're taking the Sigfo 1 Charlie, which is going to be the locator for the NDB for 01, and we're transitioning at Skiathos, which we've got here on the charts, which you can check. So we come in for Skiathos for the 1134, and then for the locator we're basically going to enter a hold, going onto the 262 and then track inbound onto the 203. So a nice little quick short route today. Activate that, we're going to our perps, get the request, see what it's got for us. We've got flight level 120, so nice and low, should catch some scenery on our way out. Wait for that to load up. Okay, load it in. Okay, which is checked. We're going to go for 150. That'd be a nice low altitude for us. Okay, which is checked. We can get everything in. ATV 210. Unable, we'll get that all sorted once we depart. So, cost index is going to be 71. Sort that out after. Cruise winds, which is going to be for us today 343 at 22. Okay, that's going to give us a minus 10. Okay, on for our M1 limit, we've got the Topcat performance, which is going to be a D-rate takeoff 1, and we're looking for a 35. Okay, which is going to give us around 91.4. On for takeoff, got flaps 5. That'll get deleted as we get the runway, so we've got up 0.2 for the runway slope. Leaving out, we've got the runway winds, which is 070 at 8. Okay, flaps 5, we've got 123, 127 and a 133. Okay, which are checked. Probably go back in and get the perf a little bit more, less than that. So 35, let's see what the 31 gives us. Okay, so we'll go on to a flex of 45. Which is fine. That's a little bit lower, which will be a little bit more better for us. 125, 128 and a 133. Okay, which is checked. Flight directors can now go on, which are also checked and set. In the background, panel display can be lit up now, as we are pretty much going to get ready to leave. QNH's leaving out of Athens is 1020. okay, which is also checked. And we can go ahead now and start the APU. Okay, as the APU now starts to ride up, everything else we'll put on in just a few moments time. TCAS can go to TA, which is also checked. And we are leaving auto brake set to RTO. We've got flaps 5 leaving out today, 150. Okay, switch that over, 150. Get the panel lighting lit up. Get the airport's elevation for Skiathos. Okay, it's going to be 9, leave that for 0. And everything else now can all come on. So we get the pumps, your damper, electric hydraulics. APU is now going to switch down. Auto throttle can be armed. And that's us pretty much ready to leave. As we then push back, we're going to leave it off. So we'll clear off all of the stairs. Doors can be closed. Ground power 1 and 2. Go to the APU gen. Ground power is released now. Now we can release the stairs as well, which is all ready and set for us. So, as everything else is all ready to go, we can call the pushback. Make sure the brake's on. Now we get the packs off. APU bleeds on, with the bleeds off. And we can now start the pushback.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start tail straight out. Roger that. Ready for push straight back. Release the brakes, please.
Okay. Brakes released.
Brakes released.
Okay, so we go for engine number 2. Anti-collision lights are on. Logo can stay on as well. Start valves open. N2's increasing. Oil pressure temps will come to life. 25% will inject fuel. See EGT start to increase. We want 20 degrees when we come out, as we need a 20-degree bank onto a right-hand turn. There's 25. Lights up engine number 1. And we see EGT now increase for engine number 2. Okay, we're Athens 1144. Okay, which is checked. Let's start out for number 2, switch over for number 1 now.
Pushback complete. Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
Brake set. Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip and release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Okay, flaps 5 now comes through. And we are now ready for our departure. So when we turn off lights and taxis can go on, ding the cabin, let them do their debrief, and we can now get ready to depart. So we're going to power on up. Take a right hand turn. And taxi on down for 03 right. So we'll come out, make a right, and then basically roll up onto the end of 03 right. So taxi down straight, then we'll make a left hand turn, line up for 03 right, and then get ready to leave. We'll have VDAMP which is engaged, auto brakes RTO, flaps 5 setting which is in, 30 knots max on the taxi. As we now follow Delta all the way down to the end. Okay, that's fine. We'll roll for Delta 2. This should be the second from last left. TRA can be checked. Take this as the next left coming in, which would be Delta 2. That's once we track back into SPA, we've got the 032 to the 237. As we cross over Delta 2 now to line up, strobes can be on, which are checked, ding the cabin. Okay, now we're all ready to go. So when we come out the runway, we're going to make a right hand turn. We need to stay on our speed for 153, which is going to basically be our V2 plus 20, which we're going to hold the whole way up. Then just as we edge the right hand turn, which is the back trackers, we'll then speed up to 210. So we're all ready to go. Landing lights can go on, which are checked. And we are now ready to leave. So push forward on the column. Powering up to 50%. Stabilized, and there we go. Airspeed live. Check. Throttle hold. 100 neutral on the column.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Okay, as we hold our V2 plus 20, which should be 153. The brake can be turned off, and gears up and off, no lights. Okay, there's climb 2 coming in, as we now drop the nose. Need to hold the 153. Okay, we just checked. Just bounce out. Okay, so we've got VNAV speed in currently. So we need to hold our V2 plus 20 speed, which is 153, until we get up to the turn. Take a little look outside as we depart out. Lovely Athens. So we're going to be basically backtracking ourselves back. Probably got up to 210 now, so we'll leave that in, let the aircraft climb up. Autopilot can be engaged. We've got max bank of 20 degrees as we still track the 032 all the way out. Okay, flaps 1. Oh, we turn off lights, taxis can all be turned off, which are checked. Okay, flaps up. Train can go on as well. Okay, flaps are fully retracted now as we hold 210. Then once we've made the turn, we can put the bank angle back to 25 degrees and then carry on the initial climb out. Okay, once we ride back, we've got the 237. Okay, which is also checked. Fuel engine can go back over. Engine start switches can be turned off. As we now pass through 8006, got landing lights off, which are checked. Cabin can be released. As we now brake onto that right hand turn forward at 236. Past 12,000 feet now. Up for 150, then we're basically going to hold that all the way down to Skiathos, which is not too far away. It's merely just a quick short shoot. And then we come back all the way. So you can see it's very quick. As we move over now onto the 237, we'll hold flight level 150 and that will take us down to Skiathos. Very quick short route. Then I want to check that we've got the hold in as we come in for Skiathos. That should be nice for us once we get down, so we can have a look and see if we've got Skiathos. Okay, so once we get to Skiathos we need to put a hold in, which will then take us to the Delta 203. There's 150. As we just get to check out lovely Athens as we leave. Just going to go over the airport now as we track inbound for the Alpha Tango Victor. Then we basically make a right hand turn to then move away from the airport. So I'm tracking the 239 right now. So after takeoff checklist, auto brakes off, gears up, no lights, flaps are up, no lights, packs are auto, bleeds are on. Takeoff checklist complete. So it's only a short route, it's not very long at all. So what I need to do is, we need to go into plan, we need to go and have a look at when we get to Skiathos. Okay, so there's our top of descent. Okay. And once we get to Skiathos, which is right here, the Sierra Kilo, we need to put a hold in. Which we see there, 4,000 feet. That's going to be the hold after the runway, I should imagine. So I want to put a next hold in. Okay. That way we'll be able to turn around and come back in for the approach. So on the approach, we're going to come in and then we want to get into a left hand turn. We're going to come inbound onto the 262. Okay, and then that way we can then get ourselves immobilized and we get ready to go. So there we go, there's a 262. That should be in. If we check the hold pattern now, there's the hold, and we can roll it back in. As we can see, the 1134. There's Skiathos, and that follows in with the arrival from Sigfo. Then we get to the Sierra Kilo Papa, roll in onto the 262, and then rock for the Delta 2023, which we can see right here is what we need to be doing. So we're going to come up, roll into the hold, and then we can track back down onto our arrival. Got the NDB, which is going to be the 326, roll down LNAV and VNAV. So the 326 will get punched in now, just quick. Okay, 326, which is in. That can go off. As we now brake onto that left hand turn, which takes us to 026. A bit of wind just as we brake off to that right hand turn. It's early morning departure. So lovely views down in Athens. Got the 700 now, into the 800 this evening. I would have done the 800 of Olympic Air, but obviously there isn't a livery with that I could find. So we went out with the 700. But it's still a lovely aircraft, still great to look at as we fly out. How's it going, my man? Hope you're well. Yeah, I will do it at some point. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to do some more flights, some more different ones first. But when I get around to it, I will. No rush. I've got a few more flights planned in to do at the moment. But at some point I will try and fit it in. So to track the 026 now, we're at flight level 150. So quite low, you get quite nice views in as well of this flight. As we can see, some lovely views are leaving off of the wings. A bit of turbulence on the wings, as we can see. Check to see our distance from our top of the descent, only 40 nautical miles. A very quick route. So I'm going to get the forecast winds in for the arrival, and then we can get the aircraft prepared to come down into 01. Okay, so for Skiathos, for 1020. Which is checked. Trans flight level on the runway. So it's going to be for 5,000. Which is also checked. We're at 15,000 now. So I've got 150, 100, and 5. 1534822. 004 at 10. And runway winds coming down for Skiathos today is going to be variable at 3. So the arrival on the track for 01. As it now brakes that left hand turn. Locator for 01, which is at the 008. So that's fine now. Tracking off for SIGFO for the 349. Which is also set. And I'm going to get the Skiathos VOR in as well, so we can track how far away we are from there too. Okay, so Skiathos is 1134. Which is in, so I'm going to get that on this side. Okay, which is checked. So there's Skiathos, we get the NTB in as well. That will come through once we get nearer to the airport. Top of the descent should be around about 30 nautical miles. There's 20 nautical miles now. As we come down, 1008, we're going to drop down to, before we hit the minimums, run LNAV and VNAV down. Okay, 1008, 4000 above, 4000 before we drop down, 1006. Okay, we just checked, glide past 288. Run it down LNAV and VNAV. 008. Oh, that's us all set now and configured to come in. See some nice views of Athens as we're just leaving. Catch some lovely views of the water as well. around 700 feet on the descent. 3-degree glide path. Miss approach point is at the locator. Tower descent through 13,005 now. Next up is going to be Skiathos, which you can see. There's the hold, which is right in. See right there. Let's take the hold in for Skiathos fix. 1 minute. That's going to track us out, so that's fine. We'll leave that there. Let's see what 1.5 is going to do. Okay. There we go, 1.5 minutes. And that's ready for us to come into SIGFO now. So as we send through 11,002, the landing lights can also come on. I was in 5,000 feet. Then going to switch QNH is over, which will be set for 1022, I think. 1020. The aircraft's now fully configured, ready to go. NTP's in now for Skiathos as well. As the aircraft now starts to slow down on its speed, 206, 4,000 above. Lovely sunshine as the sun now starts to slowly come up into Skiathos for the 01 locator. Passing through 9006. Aircraft's just slowing up on the vertical deviation point for the VNAV path. .700 feet per minute. Once we get to our minimums, again then turn the aircraft off. So there we go, we've got our 1 minute, so we can change that back to 1 minute hold. Okay, which is fine. Okay, which is checked. Once we come in, basically and then move in onto that approach. Okay, which is fine. You can see there's a hold that needs to be set in. Obviously the approach there, 4,000 for the Skiathos. Then we move back in and then stroke back for the Delta 203 Charlie. Pass through 8001. There, once we get terminals, Foxtrot Quebec 01. That's where we're going to disconnect all of the aircraft down. 700 feet per minute. Minimum set at 1600, so non-descent flight angle. And we'll disconnect the flight directors, fly the aircraft down manually. So I'm going to get the flight recorder replay in. As we get ready to go into the hold. Passing through 6005. 2000. Once we come down, then we're going to be 200 knots, which is 206. Drag's required now. Now just slow the aircraft right in for that hold. Then we can exit it, which will then ride us down to come back in for the approach. $4,000 above on the hold. Okay, speed brakes can be armed. Which are checked. There's no tracking to enter the hold. I'll be tracking in onto the 262. Okay, max bank 25. And for our speeds are leaving 240 back up to 209. Okay. QNH is 1020. Okay, which is checked. $4,000 above, the aircraft's going to hold. 206 all the way. Then we can arm the exit holders and we'll go back on for the 262. Okay, so we can arm that. Once we hit Skiathos, we're going to make that left hand turn to carry on the approach, which will be then on to the 202. I don't know why the throttle's a little bit laggy. Got to follow 209 all the way down now to Skiathos. Got the locator in DME for the VOR, only 4 nautical miles from the Skiathos. Got the flight recorder replay system in as well, so we can check out the replay. Global Aircraft Spot, good afternoon my man. Hope you're doing well, pal. Hope you're having a great afternoon. So the aircraft's going to track that 262 back in, then we go on to the 206. Then we'll start that descent, as that's what's on the approach charts. Once we reach Skiathos, the hold will exit and we'll make that left hand turn onto the 203 or 202. Okay, which is in. Exit of the hold is armed. Now the aircraft will make a left hand turn to drag inbound. Okay, there's that left now as we track the 202, 240 down. Now we'll carry on the approach. Now we'll see the runway just over to our right, which is just there coming into view. Okay, which is also checked. 4,000 above still, but there's a decel point, then we'll start to come down. 185 max on the turn. There's a Delta 20 Juliet, there's the decel point, that will come down. Drag's required now for 210, that's right there. Speed brakes are armed. Oh, lovely morning views as we get ready to ride into Skiathos. So we've got auto brake set for number 2, we've got our VREV 131, so VREV 30 plus 5, which gives us 136. Got the minimums of 1600, add an extra 50 onto that. So we'll sloop down. Once we get to the Foxtrot Quebec 01, that's where we're going to disconnect, turn the flight directors off, and then fly the aircraft manually down. Auto brakes are set. We've got the speed brakes, which are armed, landing lights, runway turn off lights, engine start switch continuous, packs are auto, bleeds are on, and we are now ready for that descent down 2,000 feet above for the Delta 02 Charlie. Okay, so I'm going to start to bring the control column over. And we're going to start to slow the aircraft down as well. 185 max on the speed. Okay. 2,000 above. So we drop down to flaps 5. There's we're going to descend now. Flaps 10, which can come in as well. Okay, 210 for flaps 10. There's that right hand turn now to line up for 008. There, which is also checked. And down 3,800 feet, all the way down into 1,600 for the 136. Once we reach our minimums, the Foxtrot Quebec 01 will then turn off the flight directors, fly the aircraft manually down. Okay. Lap 15, gear down. There's a runway in sight. $2,500 is checked. There's 1,600 call down. MC, good afternoon, my man. Hope you're doing well, pal. Flaps 30, which will be set. Yeah, waiting for the update as well. Can't wait to get that A310 out. Definitely showcase that. I've seen when the times are coming out on Friday, it'll be out at 4 PM in the UK. So that should be really nice to see as well. So do make sure that you check that out. Next Friday, that comes out in London for 4 PM. So that should be really nice. So definitely will be flying that 100%. Okay, we've got 135. Throttles are a little bit sluggish since this new update, I've noticed. Okay, there's our minimums. As we turn now. Aircraft's going to go down. Foxtrot India 01. So we can disconnect now. Flight directors, auto throttle. Which are both off. Minimums continue. And we're looking around 700 feet per minute. We've got 135, 136. So we'll try and stay within that 700 feet per minute mark. Going visually. Great to hear, my man. Glad you're doing well, pal. So landed checklist, gears down 3 green, flaps 30 set, green light. Water brake set for number 2, spoilers are armed, cabin has been notified, and we are cleared to land. 1000 check. So brake set for number 2, we'll do number 3 so we can slow it down. There you go, a bit of right rudder in. Get down for the puppies. There's one red. Two red, two white.
400. 300. 200.
Okay, fine visually.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up. And reversers are active. .80 knots, reversers can be stowed. 60 knots, manual braking. And welcome to lovely Skiathos. As we just slow the aircraft down now to a halt. Get the aircraft turned around. And welcome to Skiathos, guys. We've got the replay system, so wait until we go back to stand and then I'll get the replay in so we can have a look at that as well, down on the ground. And there's AV. Good afternoon, pal. Hope you're doing great, my friend. Thank you, pal. Glad you enjoyed the landing. We'll be here tonight on the 800 series and we'll find another nice airport that we can try another approach in. So, spoilers can be retracted, flaps can be fully set back now as we taxi on down to the end and go into stand. Then we'll get the flight recorder system in and you guys can check out the landing as we came down on that visual approach. So it's a nice arrival in Skiathos. Little short runway, but it's nice. It's really nice. So we'll go back to stand and then we'll get the replay system in so we can check out that landing and see what it was actually like. Engine start switch is going to go off now. I would get the APU on and everything if we was doing a turnaround, but as we're going to stand, I'm just going to leave everything as it is so we can get the replay system in so I can show you guys the lovely landing with Olympic Airlines. So here we are, everything's all in, lovely views. As you know, come off of a runway. So we get ready to come off. Don't know what the vehicles do in my simulator, they do some absolute craziness here. So we get the strobes which can go to steady, everything else can stay as they are. Okay. Park right here. we've got that sitting right there, so over to our left. So I'm going to just stop the aircraft just around here. Okay, we just checked. Terrain's off. I'm going to leave the lights on because I think they'll work only if you've got them on for the landing. So I'm going to leave the lights on, etc. We'll stop the replay system so you guys can have a look at that. And welcome to Skiathos, guys. So let's have a look at the landing and see what happens. Okay, we'll open it up, take her down to the runway, and then we'll load up the view so you guys can take a lovely look at that arrival. Thanks everybody who subscribed, who joined today. I really do appreciate the support. We'll be back this evening, ready to fly again. So make sure you will be back around 6 PM this evening. So make sure you are here, as we'll be doing another lovely flight. We'll be in the 800 this time. So lovely, lovely views to come. Always like nice, tricky approaches. It's always something nice to do. So let's just get ourselves down, load up the views as we get ourselves set. And I'll leave you in for the arrival. Okay guys, so here is the arrival for locator approach for runway 01 in lovely Skiathos. Hope you enjoy the flight, and I will see you this evening at around 6 PM when we do another worldwide flight in the simulator. So if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you this evening at 6 PM. So stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.